one and only Damon Jones is in the building, man. What's going on?
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
What you on? You on the PJ, dog? You on the PJ or what?
Did he freeze up?
I think so.
Dang.
There you go.
There you go. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's up, brother? Hey, how you doing, man? I appreciate it. I was like, damn, he on the PJ calling, man. Lawson. No. Hey, man, I appreciate you joining us, man. I got to ask you, we ain't talked NBA today because we was waiting on you. Obviously, the playoffs full swing. Man, if Steph wins, that's another one. Is this his era?
Oh.
Well, it definitely would cement him at the top of the food chain when it comes to greatest players of all time if he's able to win another championship. It's going to be a tough road, but, you never count Steph out at all.
No doubt. Go ahead,
no, just for clarity on that, you said if he wins, they put him at the top of the food chain for the GOAT conversation. Are you saying like
I'm not getting into that with you today. I'm not talking about the GOAT conversation. I'm saying top players, top 5, top 6, top 7.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
All time.
And that's why I want, because you know how the people on the internet, so I want to give you a chance to get some clarity on that. So I got you on that.
Hey, Damon, real quick, you as a sniper, James Harden, man, went to my alma mater after me, obviously, but known as a guy in the regular season to just give you 30, give you 10 assists, doing the things he does. In the playoffs, people have all this criticism about him, myself included. He had 7 points in a closeout game the other night. Is the criticism fair on James Harden in the playoffs, not regular season, but just in the playoffs when the team needs him most? Obviously, the Clippers needed him, and he gets 7 points. Now he's being criticized on everyone's network. Is the criticism fair for James?
I don't think it's fair. Yes, you have to step up and play well, but I don't think you can, talk about his game off of one game. Or feel a certain kind of way about the way that he performs in the playoffs by one game, because every playoff series that he's been in his whole career, he's played well in some games. It's just the biggest and the high stakes games that he's had some trouble scoring a basketball. But I think it's very unfair. I mean, he's a good basketball player, and going forward, hopefully he's able to get over the hump at some point in his career.
As you look into these playoffs right now, as we currently stand, dive into the second round, we got some really good matchups. Who would you say, I guess, on the East and the West are your scariest teams on both sides, and why?
Well, I mean, I'm on the East. On the East, I'm definitely going with Boston. I just believe that their squad is loaded with talent. Guys that can do it on both sides of the floor, and when they can make as many threes as they make it's tough to beat them. So on the East, I would say Boston, and on the West, I probably have to say Golden State, because they have the experience, and they've done it several times, with their core guys of Draymond and Steph Curry. So I would say Golden State in the West and Boston in the East.
So you like Golden State, the experience and the addition of Jimmy Butler to beat this young, athletic T-Wolves team that has height, rim protection, and they got more depth off the bench, obviously showing that against the Lakers. You like Golden State against them. Let me ask you, man, shout out to Galveston Ball, man. I used to recruit the school a lot, so shout out, man. I knew he was a Galveston Ball guy. Good friend of mine was the head coach football there. Kimball Anders played for the Chiefs for a long time.
Yeah.
So I love that area, recruiting some dudes, some dogs down there. I wanted to give you a shout out to that if people in the chat didn't know. Let me ask you real quick.
Baby.
Hell yeah, that's no doubt. Some great seafood right there. I used to go all them spots. Let me ask you real quick. With the Lakers, what are they doing now, man? First of all, JJ takes over, no coaching experience. Gets him going, 3rd seed, upsetting loss in the first round. Where are you at with the Lakers, what they need to do with LeBron building around this? Is this now Luka's team? And if so, how are they going to build around him for a guy that's not really known to play defense?
Well, first of all, they have to make a decision. What are they going to do at the center position? Because I think that was the glowing hole that they had in that first round series against Minnesota. not being able to defend the rim, rebound the basketball. I think that should be their first order of business, and then you figure out, going forward, it's going to be Luka's franchise, but how long do you guys stick with LeBron James and that tandem? They have a lot of questions they have to answer this offseason before going into next year.
No doubt.
Not for sure. Not for sure, man. One team I want to talk about, I feel like media to an extent, and people are kind of overlooking because I think maybe because they're young, is OKC. I mean, how great, how talented is that young team in your eyes? And could you see them potentially, winning it all this year?
Well, I mean, they got a lot of talent. They have a great starting five. They got guys coming off the bench, and I mean, guys. They have guys that are doing everything. They're scoring the basketball. They're defending the basketball. They had the best record in the Western Conference this year. I don't know how far they were all far as best record in the NBA, but they're definitely not going to be an easy out. They're going up against a tough team in the Denver Nuggets, so we'll see how it goes. But again, with the experience of Golden State, I definitely like them in the Western Conference.
What's your take on Denver, man? Firing Mike Malone, winningest coach ever, just won a title 2 years ago. They fire him. They get through that series with the Clippers in a blowout fashion. You surprised by the players' reaction to the interim coach and how they've attacked this with Mike Malone being gone? Because they could easily said they tanked it and said, "Oh, our guy's gone," or they said, "Hey, it really wasn't our guy, and we're moving on with this guy." Is that how it kind of works now in this league?
Man, it's a tough situation to fire your coach three games before the playoffs start. But from all the things you've heard from the inside of their organization, they needed a fresh voice, and that voice came in and was able to push the necessary buttons or whatever to get past the first round series. So wish them the best, and hopefully they can continue to play good basketball and give us a good second round series against the Oklahoma City Thunder.
No doubt.
For sure. Yeah. So I got more of a broader question just about, like, I guess where the league is at today compared to, like, during your time when you were still active and playing as well. Like, I guess, do you like the direction the game has gone in? We know it's very high, 3-point shot attempts for every team now, and the big man's not really in the paint like that. A little less physical, not because of the players necessarily, but the rule changes and the refs. I guess knowing the style you played and the era you played and where it's at today, are you a fan of it? What's your thoughts?
I love it. I wish I was still playing right now, because I'd be shooting 13, 14 threes a game and getting up and down. And it's a fun style of basketball, I think. I think that you have guys on the floor. Everybody can do a lot of different things when I played. You had the center, you throw it down to him, and he's going to bang, bang, and bang. And now you have big guys stepping out, shooting threes. Space is wide open and fast paced. I love it.
Hey, your former team, the Cavs, they lose a game one to a basically an underrated Pacers team that seems like a problem going on. They beat Milwaukee in convincing fashion. Now they beat Cleveland game one, who I think had the best record in the East. Where are you at with the Cavs? Are they in trouble, or is this just a bump in the road for having a week off? And you know how that is, being the number one seed. Is that is it bigger? Is it getting blown out of proportion, I guess, more than it is, or is this a serious situation here?
Well, I mean, it's just one game. It's tough to lose at home, but it happens. I think for Indiana, I don't know where they're being called underrated. They did go to the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
They did.
And, yes, they got swept by Boston, but, Tyrese Halliburton got hurt. So I don't look at those guys as an underrated team. It's going to be a good matchup. I think if Cleveland can keep up with the pace of the game, then they have an opportunity to win. So we'll see. Hopefully Garland is able to come back in game two and give some type of spark. and see what they could do in game 2.
What's the key for Garland? And I'm just a football guy, but played hoop with the O'Bannon brothers and shit in high school, and got to be around a lot of NBA guys. And I'm curious if I'm way off on this, but Garland controls the pace, in my opinion, to a team like the Pacers. He controls the pace, doesn't he? Like, is that something missing right now with a team that just has Mitchell kind of like, easier to, double and do some things? When you have Garland, it's kind of hard. The spacing's different, is it not?
Oh, the spacing is definitely different because Garland can score the basketball. He can shoot from 3-point range, and he's a good pick and roll player. So he's also a guy that can generate offense. And in game 1, you saw that Donovan Mitchell was the only guy that was able to generate offense and get easy baskets. So with Garland being out there, that helps their offense. Hopefully, they're able to pick up the pace and keep the pace that Indiana is playing and get a win in game 2 down in Cleveland.
No, I love it, man. A couple more here. I want to ask you about during your career.
Mm-hmm.
If there's one memory that I guess stands out, like a favorite moment just for your career, what would that be during your playing days?
I think a 30-point night in game 1 of the playoffs, my first year in Miami. Well, my only year in Miami. Myself and D Wade against the New Jersey Nets was one of the first backcourts to score 30 points in the same playoff game. That was a big highlight of my career. So.
No doubt. Hey, Damon, real quick, man. The last thing I have for you, I can't thank you enough popping on here. Let me ask you something. You're like an underdog story yourself. Continental Basketball Association and the CBA, and then you Idaho Stampede. What do you tell these youngsters out here, man, that actually don't get drafted, or with the NIL and the transfer portal era? I believe it's the least amount of guys entering the draft this year in a long, long time. What would you tell them? Are there other options, other avenues now with all these other leagues? Or are they just – because a lot of kids now that I talk to, they quick to give it up now. If they don't make it right out the gate, or don't get a big NIL deal, or don't go and get in the first round. What would you say as a guy that went through the mud and then made it and got a ring?
Well, it depends on what your goals are. And if your goals are to make it to the highest level, you have to stick with it. As long as, you could get out there and play, because, NBA people are watching everywhere. They're not just watching college. They're watching in the minor leagues, overseas guys. So just keep going. And if, your ultimate goal is getting to the NBA, you work hard as you can to get there. And, if you have the necessary talent, you'll make it.
No doubt. No doubt. Hey, last thing, you got Boston winning it all, or you got Boston playing Golden State if you're a betting man?
I got Boston winning it all.
There it is. There it is.
Man,
I do too. I think I said that, JB. I got them winning back to back, man. I think they're the best team top to bottom. I just think they got everything you need. Everything.
Shout out Sam Cassell.
Shout out Sam Cassell. Yes.
No doubt. Hey, D. Jones, man, I can't thank you enough, brother, for hopping on here, man. Be safe out there, and hopefully we have you on again, man, after the title game.
Appreciate you.
Thank you guys for having me, man. Be safe.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Pleasure meeting you.